Hey man, CGA Sports back in here on the CGA Got Game channel. We're looking at week 8 in review with a big Monday night clash with the Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles Raiders taking on the Cowardly Lions of Detroit, coming off of a loss. Both teams coming off of a loss, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, both teams coming off of a loss and all of that. But they're not the only teams, man. This season has been dumped upside down with week 7 and week 8 apparently being games that are somewhat meaningless, but it has turned everybody's season around and upside down. The injury bug has happened to many NFL quarterbacks, and there's really only 2 teams that stand alone right now. But listen, anything can happen. We got a wild season, so let's spend about 45 minutes recovering from what happened here. And yes, I got a lot of games wrong. Got a lot of game wrong, but let's start it up right here. Let's start with the game that was a horrible game to watch. And the New York Giants are done this season. Ring the bell on the New York Giants. Let's go ahead. The New York Football Giants are done. All right, it's a wrap for them. If you didn't see what happened there, they lost Daniel Brown to an Daniel Boone, I call him. Daniel Brown. They lost their quarterback earlier a few weeks ago, and Tyrod Taylor came in the last 2 games, led them to a win in the previous weekend, an ugly win against the Commanders. But Tyrod Taylor then injures his ribs in this game, and they put in a backup quarterback by the name of, let me get his name right, the backup quarterback, man. It was, let me see here. Let me get the backup quarterback right. The backup quarterback's name was, where's the Giants? Oh, here we go, right here. Oh, Tommy DeVito. They put in Tommy DeVito in this game, and I caught the end of this game. Since Tyrod Taylor went out, their second quarterback, they're going to be looking for a quarterback. Tommy DeVito proceeded to hand off every play in the second half except for one. All right. Every play in the second half was a handoff, which is going to be terrible for them because they were winning the game. They were still up in this game against the Jets. So this says a lot about the Jets. The Giants were beating the Jets at halftime. All right. Or just past halftime. Tyrod Taylor gets hurt. They hand off every possession except for one. Then in the possessions in overtime and at the end of the fourth quarter, they're just throwing lateral passes. I mean, he's just slinging the ball out to the right side. It was horrible, man. Absolutely horrible display. And he had -1 yards. So you should have seen it, man. I mean, I've never seen a backup quarterback being treated this way. So he's just slinging the ball out to the right side the entire game. All right. He's just snapping the ball, throw it out. They'll do a jet sweep and throw it outside. They would not let him throw it downfield. And then the funny thing was they were getting a lot of pressure for him to throw it, and he threw it. And then I found out why they didn't let him throw it downfield. He almost threw an interception to a linebacker. There was no way. They were going to win this game. I've never seen a quarterback get put into a game and they prevent him from throwing. I mean, it was absolutely crazy. So the Giants had a winnable game. The Jets end up tying it with a field goal and sending it to overtime. And then the Giants get the ball. And they don't even throw it downfield. I mean, it was just no chance. He was playing like Danny DeVito. No chance of winning. They can't throw the ball down the field. They stack the box on the run. And then the Jets come back, marching downfield for a game-winning field goal to win a horrible game. I don't know what these teams are doing. They're both done as far as I'm concerned, but the Jets are running around here with a 4-3 record. And I don't know, man. I don't even know what to tell you. Both of these teams are really done, but the Giants, I don't know what they're going to do. What can they possibly do at quarterback here? They got to get Danny DeVito some help. You got to give Danny DeVito some help. Wow, that was horrible, man. That was a horrible thing. But let's talk about this game right here. You got to say the Jacksonville Jaguars are for real. They're for real. 6-2. 2 games in London. I believe they split those games. Maybe they won 2. Okay, they lost to the Houston Texans early in the year. The Jags are for real, man. I wrote them out all season. I thought they were fool's gold. But they look like they're going to be able to get a wild card and lose in the first round. Yeah. They definitely are losing in the first round type of team, maybe the second round. Definitely not the AFC championship bound Jaguars. But they beat a non-impressive Pittsburgh Steelers team. And again, Kenny Pickett could not make anything happen in this game. And he ended up getting hurt. I think it was a shoulder or a rib. I can't remember what it was. And good old Mitch Trubisky came in and threw the ball. He threw the ball away twice. Could have been 3 interceptions. I saw a portion of this game. Mitch Trubisky, he ain't it. I mean, he threw one in the triple coverage. Panic pass. I mean, it had no way of getting there. It was a flying dead ass duck. So if they don't have Kenny Pickett, they definitely don't have nothing with Mitch Trubisky. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are on life support right now. Life support. So, yeah, there we got it right there. So the Jaguars are legit. The Pittsburgh Steelers are fool's gold. They snuck a couple of wins. Did they get a win? Vegas, they got a win with the Rams, but there's fool's gold. And they need Kenny Pickett back in order to make an impact. That's what I believe. Next game right here, the Eagles are for real, 7-1. Not the most dominating performance against the Washington Commanders, but anything goes when you have a division rivalry game. Mad points in the fourth quarter, 21-14 in the fourth quarter between the two. Couple of lead changes as well. So you got to say, man, the Eagles are the elite team in the NFL. And the Miami Dolphins might have something to say about that. I'm going with Eagles. The 49ers might be toast at this particular point. And what happened to the Niners? We'll talk about them in a minute. Philadelphia gets the dub. Jalen Hurts, 319 yards, 4 touchdowns. He had a coming out party. And somebody said the Eagles aren't legit. All right. Who's the best team in the NFL? Who do you think? We'll talk about it. But you can put your best team in the NFL going in right here. Because the spot is open. The spot is open. How about them Cowboys? The Cowboys looking good against the Rams. I did predict this as a winner. I have to look back and see what my record. How about them Cowboys? This was a tail whooping from the beginning. The Rams weren't even close to being in this game. This was a blowout. In fact, the first half, I think, only featured Rams 3 field goals. And Dallas Cowboys look good at home. Matt Stafford was struggling. Did he get injured? Let me see something here. Yeah, Brian Rippon had to come in. I remember that. Or Brett Rippon. Was it because Stafford did get he had his finger wrapped up, if I'm not mistaken. So he did something to his finger or his thumb. So they had him in a big bandage. So they put in Brett Rippon. Man, quarterbacks are dropping like flies. In fact, we did have this conversation. The fact that these quarterbacks are overpaid. All right. I can see that they're overpaid for the most part. But then when you boil it down to this, if you don't have a starting QB, you're done. So really, are they overpaid? I might have to rethink my philosophy because I'm thinking some of these running backs could use the money. But here's the reality, the brutal truth. If you don't have a quarterback in the NFL, you're toast. Like you're literally nothing. So you're the most important position on the field. The running back is not. I mean, they do have an importance, but they're highly overpaid. But now, look, you get a quarterback that gets injured and you're paying them $250 million. And he gets injured and you're not getting any value. I guess that, I mean, boy, this is an interesting conversation, man. So I think the Cowboys, I don't want you guys, you Cowgirl fans, to get excited. Because, you know, wins like this will send Cowgirl fans thinking Super Bowl when they might not even make playoffs. I think they'll make playoffs, but I think, what are they, 5-2? Not so bad. And they look good. The Rams they're just not a good team. I've been betting against them for a long time. Another game right here, just a terrible situation for the Minnesota Vikings. They not only get the win, but they lose Kirk Cousins for the season. All right, they lose him for the season, which is sad for Kirk Cousins because if you think about this, the Kirk Cousins might have been looking to trade him to one of these other teams in need, namely the New York Jets, the New York Giants, and Kirk Cousins went out. Kirk Cousins went out, waive his trade clause. Remember, they were looking at Kirk Cousins. They're like, maybe we can move him because he's struggling here, and they were going to move him over to maybe New York or New Jersey, and he said no. But now the Vikings ring the bell on them. No Kirk Cousins for the rest of the season. All right. Ruptured Achilles. All right. And he's gone. Done. Wow. Yeah, he said no. So he could have been in New York this week playing for them, but he said no on the trade. He nixed the trade, and he ends up suiting for the Vikings this week, and he's done. Man. He said Kurt's being punished for not listening to the Lord. Yeah, man. Sometimes the Lord gives you away, and sometimes we tell the Lord no, and that's what happens, man. You know, it happens to the best of us, but they did get the win. They did get the win. They were already winning this game, by the way. So the Packers were really not involved in this game at all. They didn't really test them, but he had 2 touchdowns, 275 yards, and he ruptured his Achilles in the fourth quarter. I believe it was early in the fourth. And I had the under in this game, so I was happy. Well, I wasn't happy he got injured. I wasn't even aware, but I thought for a second, they're not moving the ball. And I think the under in this game was like 40, I think it was 41. So I was looking at this game like, please, Lord, help me. But yeah, these quarterbacks are just taking these franchises for money, but they're not even playing full seasons. He didn't even make it to week 8. What do you make of that? What do you make of that? I did have the under in the Jags game because it was raining. Jags Steelers, I think, was 41 as well. So I had the under there. Also had the under in the Jets and the Giants. And I think that was something like 35. And they scored 23 points. So it was good. Jordan Love, did he play in the game? Let me see. He played, but let me see if he played. He played 229 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Packers were out of this game from the beginning. All right, so what do we got next on this one? And we got the Dirty Birds. The Dirty Birds, the Falcons. This one we got wrong. I got wrong for sure. And the Dirty Birds could not finish the job. They tried to come back, but not going to happen. The Tennessee Titans in those beautiful Houston Oilers uniforms. Houston Oilers uniform used to be my favorite uniform back in the day. And Will Levis starts and he gets his first win. Not only does he get his first win, he gets 4 touchdowns, 238 yards. Will Levis minus Gia, his girlfriend. You know, if you don't remember, Will Levis had the girlfriend. Remember his draft stock fell, and his girlfriend, the brunette with the curly hair and the piercing blue eyes, was sitting there with the red dress in the back of the NFL draft green room. Will Levis projected to go to the Raiders, ended up falling all the way down, 2nd or 3rd round. Yeah. Gia fumbled the bag. Gia ended up breaking up with him. Let's go ahead and pull her up. Gia ended up breaking up with him earlier in the season because he wasn't going to be the man. And at the end of the day, it says right here, she streams Will Levis. Okay, so she looks like she was happy. She tried to win him back. All right, what we doing here? Let's see what we got here. All right, let me see if I can share this real quick. She fumbled the NFL quarterback. This is according to media reports. I don't know, but I guess she was happy for him. Maybe she trying to get back in his good graces. Will Levis's ex Gia Duddy tries to win him back. How did she do that? Oh, there she is right there. So that's his girl right there. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, it's jumping around. And do they have okay, boy, they do. Wait a minute. What is this going on here? They got her all over the internets. Oh, did she text him? No, I thought she texted him. Anyway. Yep. Nope. Can't come back now, baby. Can't come back now. All right. So Will Levis definitely said, nah, I'm good. I'm good. All right. So shout out to Will Levis. He had a great game. And now she's trying to be all up in the DMs. It's a family show. She tried to come back. Yeah. Oh, man, that's crazy. But shout out to Will Levis. Let's go ahead and take a look at what he was doing today. 4 touchdown passes for the Houston Oilers. Tennessee Titans. And the Tennessee Titans are back. The fan base is very amped up with Will Levis's performance. Can he do it again? Well, as you can see, Derrick Henry had 100 yards carrying. I think that might have helped that Will Levis can throw that ball down the field. All right, he can throw that ball down the field. Taylor Heineke. Why is Taylor Heineke in the game? What happened to Riddle? Damn, they have 4 quarterbacks. Okay, wait. What happened to Ritter? Did he sit down? They started Heineke? Heineke? I told you Heineke was a good player. I liked him. Ritter got benched. They benched him? Oh, man. The Atlanta Falcon team, or did he get hurt? I don't even know. But Heineke came in. Okay, he got hurt. God dang, everybody getting hurt, these quarterbacks, man. But I didn't see much of this game, so I don't even know what the details were. I just saw that the Titans, the Oilers did well. And shout out to Will for having a good game. Let's go to the next one here. This was a game that was closer than it appeared right here. The Patriots and the Dolphins. This was a tight game for about 3 quarters. And then the Dolphins pulled away. But the Patriots looked like they were trying to do something for a minute. But they really couldn't keep up with the Dolphins right now. 6-2. They blow out the Patriots at home. We got this pick right. Right now in the NFL. It is between the Dolphins and the Eagles. All right. It's the Dolphins and the Eagles. Let's see what we got here in terms of player stats for the Miami Dolphins right here. Okay. Receiving yards, 121 from Waddle. Good to have him back. Tyreek Hill, 112 yards. Both of them get a touchdown in between them. And the rushing game is not there. Kind of similar to the Dan Marino days, but Tua is slanging that ball. You got to like Tua, man. I'm glad Tua was putting it together. I doubted him. I definitely doubted Tua. And he's showing the doubters exactly what's going on here. But how long can they hang on? What do you think? Hey, what about the New Orleans Saints? Derek Carr steps up against the Indianapolis Colts. They're done. Ring the bell on the Colts. They don't have much going for them. And, Gardner Minshew is only going to get them so far. The Saints were up big in this game, and they pretty much controlled the game the entire time Derek Carr came back. They needed a win. This was a much-win game. We'll look at the standings later. I was like, the Saints need to win this game. And, I wouldn't have bet on the Saints on this one, but they got the win that they needed to go forward in competing in that weak division. Colts are done. All right. I usually do my teams that are done, but this week has been out of control. So I can't tell you who's done or who's not. But these games are almost meaningless in terms of, division position. And a lot of people are struggling. Let's give the Houston Texans a fat L. You get the L of the week. Now, this is a game. The Houston Texans have been world beaters. They've been winning games they shouldn't. They've been losing games they should win. Well, this is a game that they should have won, right? They lost to the Carolina Panthers, who were 0-6, struggling, and they lose on a field goal after winning the entire third quarter. They lose it on a field goal. And, of course, a last-second field goal, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was the last-second field goal. And neither one of these teams wanted to win. So shout out to Bryce. I did go hard on him, in the last show, in the preview show. So I'm glad he was able to win. He got him a dub. Now the monkey's off his back. Now he can go back. Was this a rematch? Ohio State versus Alabama quarterback. So it's good. And I think the top 3 picks were featured in this game. So it's a battle of the rookies. It wasn't a pretty game. Let me see. Were there any touchdowns in that game? Let me see something here. Because that game was a low-scoring game. I think there was 1 touchdown. No, there's 2. Okay. So Houston scored a touchdown, and it looks like the Bryce Young threw a touchdown. All right. And that was in the second quarter. Okay, I see it. All right, yeah. Bad, ugly game. All right, so what is the next one here? And I got that game wrong. I had the Texans winning. All right, here's one that lost me a couple of bucks. I lost a couple of bucks on this game. The Seahawks end up coming back in the last minute and beating the Cleveland Browns. If you're a Browns fan, this game was painful. I was looking to hit the pay window on this one. I couldn't even believe it. I had the under in this game, and the under was holding. into the last 43 seconds. All right. I was like, oh, please don't score. And I'm watching the game. I'm like, oh, damn, I don't think they're going to score. I'm watching. They're not going to score. And it was 20-17 the entire second half. And I'm looking going, man, if they literally don't score a touchdown, I get the under here. Now, these guys came out like gangbusters at the beginning of the game, 17-7. So I was like, I already lost this one. So I kind of tuned out. And then I checked the score. Okay, halftime. All right, 17-14. Okay, they come back second half, third quarter. All right, they put up 6. I think they scored, and it was let me see. Did they score and it was a block, extra point? Let me see, third quarter. No, 2 field goals. So I'm still holding. I'm like, oh, 2017, we got it. And then Cleveland Browns marching down the field, throw an interception. I think with about 2 minutes left, they throw an INT on their own side of the field. Seattle picks it up off of a deflect pass. All they have to do is march and get a first down. All they need to do is march and get a first down. I get the under. They throw a damn pick at the 45, 50-yard line. Seattle picks it off, and then they come down, roll the clock down on a bubble screen, score a touchdown with 43 seconds left. Ay. All right, yo. They cost me some money. I know I'm addicted to unders, but see, the unders, they're not scoring a lot of points. I hate unders because it's pressure. I don't know if I like overs better because I'm like, all right, over. And then they come out like gangbusters. I'm like, okay, we're good. All right, but the unders are almost there. They're achievable. I almost got that under. But Watson's still out. PJ Walker out here still scoring. He threw a terrible interception for the Browns to lose it. And another quarterback is out. All right, another quarterback is out pretty much for this team. Let me see, did he play? No. They brought in a guy from UCLA, I guess. All right. Maybe they brought him in for a possession. So sad to see the Browns go out like that. That was a winnable game for them, and the Seahawks get a lucky L. Yeah, the tide is turning on the unders. As a matter of fact, in the New Orleans game, let's take a look at that. The teams are now scoring some points. All right, if you got the Giants or the Jets, Packers, Raiders, Steelers, these teams probably going to get the under. Denver, you would have think too, but Denver and Kansas City, they got the under too. All right, they hit on the under. The Bears and the Chargers hit on the under. All right, so anyway. All right, so what do we got here? We got Bengals and the 49ers. Let's give the 49ers the Undertaker bell. I think it's over. They were my Super Bowl pick. They were my Super Bowl pick, and now the 49ers are drowning slowly. I wish I could give them the Titanic music. But the Bengals are one of those teams that could be dangerous. We said they could be dangerous. But Brock Purdy is done. I mean, he's gone. He's gone. And everybody, these memes that they have on Brock Purdy are absolutely hilarious. He's not that dude. Right? He's not that dude. Somebody says we'll be fine after that bye. No, I think you're going to be in that bind. He had 364 yards throwing, but 2 picks and 1 touchdown. All right, Brock Purdy's the leading rusher. Oh, you need him. He needs his teams. All right, he needs his players. The 49ers are in trouble. All right, he led in rushing. He must have one big rush. Oh, man, look at this, man. They actually moved the ball around the field. 2 100-yard rush catchers, receivers. And looks like Christian McCaffrey had 64 receiving yards. All right, man, that's crazy. Did he have a big play or something? Let me see something here. Did he have a big play? He says, where's the weird kid, Mike Shanahan now? Yeah, I don't think the 49ers can recover from this. We'll look at the schedule here. Actually, let me pop up the schedule real quick and see what the 49ers got. Okay, so 49ers has the Jags. That could be an L. They have the Buccaneers, the Pucaneers. That should be a dub. Seahawks, L. 49ers, Eagles, L. Seahawks, L. Cardinals, dub. Ravens L, Commanders L, Rams. Uh-oh. Can they miss the playoffs? Is it possible the 49ers can miss the playoffs? All right, let's count them up. All right, so they're 5-3. All right, 5-4, 6-4, 6-5, 6-6, 6-7, 7-7, 7-8. Woo-wee! These games, I thought they were going 15-1. 2 weeks ago, we said they're going 15-1. Now they're looking like they're about to miss the playoffs. Right? All right. Okay. 49er fans, big mad right now. Y'all look like y'all not about to make the playoffs, 49ers. We had you in the Super Bowl. We had you going 15-1. Now we got y'all outside the playoffs. Oh, man, this is terrible. What about the Broncos and the Chiefs? This game was amazing. This game is amazing right here, man. To see Russell Wilson come back after, man, this is terrible for my AFC West. Now we got a log jam at second place. Raiders need to do something tonight. The Broncos absolutely dominating the Kansas City Chiefs. No touchdowns. All right. They get 3 field goals. Patrick Mahomes was sick. That's apparently what happened there. He was feeling under the weather. He was playing the flu game. And he just didn't have it. You know what I mean? You're ever sick, you're ever feeling under the weather, you just don't have it. Plus, it was cold. Outside, but there's no excuse. Denver played good ball. Defense didn't show up. Travis Kelce didn't do anything. Taylor Swift wasn't at the game, allegedly. But Patrick Mahomes still threw for 241 yards. Russell only threw for 114 yards with 3 touchdowns. Really not an impressive game by Denver. All right, but they controlled the game and pretty much the fourth quarter put it away. Wow. That's crazy, man, that the Kansas City Chiefs went down. So on the same day, the 49ers go 3 consecutive losses. You have Kansas City with a unthinkable division loss, which makes things interesting in the AFC West. Raiders need a win. We'll talk about that in a minute. Flatbacks don't like the cold. Nope. All right, what do we got here? Ravens. Oh, by the way, the Ravens almost gave up the ghost here. They almost gave up the ghost, and they almost left with a tie, or at least it almost went into overtime. They had an onside kick towards the end of the game, gave up an onside kick. I just think the Cardinals didn't want to win. They had to show that they tried to win. Look at this, 27 points between them in the fourth quarter, and I think they got one on an onside kick. And they end up having to take the points, but almost had to get an onside kick to even, they had to recover. Ravens had to recover an onside kick to win this game, to seal the deal. But I didn't think the Cardinals they didn't want to do nothing anyway. So the Ravens were trying to give it up. Cardinals was like, nah, we ain't trying to do all that. But they scored 17 points in the fourth quarter. 17 points there. Lamar Jackson. The Ravens don't look impressive here, but they get the win. We're going to have to reorganize our top teams. Last game, and then we'll preview today's game and look at some schedules. Chargers and Bears. Yeah, the Chargers figured out this quarterback that they were ready to crown him. If you want to crown him, crown him. They were trying to crown that Division II quarterback. And because he sliced and diced the Raiders, well, the Raiders, you know what I mean? The Raiders didn't have any film and no pride when they played them in Chicago. So they let this dude nickel and dime him the entire game. As soon as he threw it down the field, it was interception time. But Mr. 5 and 10 yard nickel and dime, that ish didn't work. All right. And the Chargers get the dub. Shout out to the Chargers. San Diego Superchargers get the dub here, and it was an easy game. And, of course, they covered. But the Bears wanted to score a touchdown in the last minute. I was like, oh, no, man, hold up for a second. I was like, oh, the humanity. Right when I was at the pay window. Right, I was sitting there like, please, no. And I was hoping the Chargers got a first down. I was like, please get a first down after the 2-minute warning. All right, oh, my Lord. They was going to run down there and get kick the field goal. I was, oh, shit. All right, so shout out to them for covering. And the Bears are terrible. The Bears are terrible. But the guy looks better than Justin Fields. Interesting. Did they show the fake Ling Ling Charger fan? I think they did, but I didn't see her this time. They were showing somebody else. Maybe she wasn't at the game. I'm surprised she wasn't because it was a primetime game. Did they show her? I didn't see that. I didn't see her one time. All right, game of the week for the Detroit Lions. She wasn't there anyway. Why wasn't she there? That was her game. Yeah, because I didn't see her. I saw a couple of games. I think I was doing a live stream, and then I end up saying, yeah, they didn't show her. All right, here we go right here. Raiders. Who we got right here? We got the under. Oh, the under might take it. I think it's 46.5 points under. Maybe 47. This is the chance, man. Let's make our predictions for this week, and then we'll look at the standings and the schedules right here. Who y'all got? Y'all got the Cowardly Lions coming off a very cowardly win. And then we have the Raiders coming off an embarrassing loss to the Bears. But we had 10 days, if I'm not mistaken. No? How many days did we have off? I can't remember. But the Raiders, I think it's 46.5. Yo, bro, the Raiders aren't going to put up more than 20 points in this game. So then the Lions, I mean, they're going to have to put up 30. I don't see that happen. I mean, they could. They definitely could. But if the Lions don't do what they need to do, this should be an easy game for the Lions. This should be an easy game for the Lions. The Raiders aren't going to score more than 21 points. They have not scored 21 points all season. They haven't scored more than 21 points. So we don't put up a lot of points. We just going to move the ball in between the red zone. That's what we do. And then we send Daniel Carlson out there for a kick every now and then. So I want the Raiders to win this game for obvious reasons. But the Raiders are, I think, 3-11 on the road in the last 2 years. 3-11 on the road. Any game that we play past the Mississippi is almost inevitably an L. Luckily, we're not playing 10 in the morning on this game, but I'm going to be streaming during this one. I'm going to be streaming on my regular channel, but I'll have the game on. I'm going to watch it until whenever I need to watch it, but I got Detroit with the dub. Carlson might be out. Whew. Hold up for a second. If Daniel Carlson's out, oh, by the way, Garoppolo's back in this game. Garoppolo's back, but that's only for as long as he isn't injured. So he can start the game, but just know it will be pretty fast that he was that he could be out of the game. So I do have Daniel Carlson questionable for today's Raiders game. That is not good news. That's horrible news. All right. So if he's questionable, that means he can't kick long kicks. All right. I don't know why he's out. He wasn't practicing this week. The Raiders. Oh, my goodness. We can't win for losing. So by the time we get everybody back, we don't get the dub here. So I'm sorry. We don't get all our players back. Somebody else is out. Sounds like my coaching career, too. Raiders. Lions. I got Lions with the win. Lions with the win. And we need to look good in front of the public here, or we got 2 more primetime games. It's disgusting. Let's get to the standings real quick and see who's where, and then we'll look at the schedules for next week briefly. We got the Dolphins atop the AFC East with the Buffalo Bills nipping at their heels. That needs to be good. That's going to be good to come down in the stretch. The Jets are overrated. Don't trust their record. Chiefs, they're down bad, but hopefully they'll get back into position. I got Kansas City going to the Super Bowl, but the Chargers a late comeback here. We'll see what the Chargers can do. And if we lose, we're going to be in last place. All right, we got the Ravens ahead of everybody. The AFC North is unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. The Bengals can come back and take this entire division. AFC South, all Jaguars. And maybe the Titans can make a late run. The other 2 teams are done. There's nothing that's going to happen for them. The NFC East, the Eagles. The Eagles are still the dominant team, but here come the Cowboys, and the Giants are absolutely done. You don't know what's going to happen to the Washington Commanders they're going to be up and down. They're looking to make some trades, maybe potentially their best players, the defensive ends, the defensive line. Definitely might looking at the trade deadline here. The NFC West, woo! I'll answer that. Best defense ever. I'm going to answer that. NFC West, the Seahawks look like it's a runaway for them, especially with the Niners looking like they're going to miss the playoffs all of a sudden. The Seahawks they control their own destiny. NFC North, nobody wants it. Jay Schrader available. All right. The NFC North, nobody wants it. If the Lions lose today, nobody wants it. Okay, the Vikings are done. Say goodbye to the Vikings. I don't even know who their backup quarterback is, but we're going to look at it. Packers, done. Bears, done. All right, Lions can walk away with it, not even doing well. I think there might be a slight possibility that 9 wins that division. The NFC South, the Saints and the Falcons battling. Buccaneers are pretty much done unless they get a win here, a couple of wins. They've lost 3 in a row, so they better correct their ship. But the Falcons, now that they benched, remember they were talking about Desmond Ridder being the guy. Now he's on the bench. Okay. This is when the Saints fulfill my prediction and they go ahead and take it. All right. They take the NFC South. NFC South 7-10. Yeah. All right. 7-10 is going to win that division. And it's going to be ugly. All right. What do we got here? Let's go with the best defense I've ever seen. Oh, that's a tough one. The Bears. All right. The Bears still living off that. The Bears is better. They're better than the Ravens and the Giants, Lawrence Taylor defense. They're better. I think the Bears were almost unstoppable. I mean, they stopped everybody. Like nobody could do anything with them. The Giants, I would say the Giants and the Giants, which was Lawrence Taylor's years, which was 87. That defense was good. William Peppers, I think was the name. Peppers. And the last one would be the Ravens with they had some hitters there. Seattle's Legion of Boom. I just thought about them. They were nightmares. Pepper Johnson. Well, I say William Peppers. Pepper Johnson. And they had a whole bunch of they had a lot of guys there. The Ray Lewis Ravens, the Legion of Boom, the Bears. I'm going with Buddy Ryan. All right, I'm going with Buddy Ryan on that one. But I know if you're younger, you're gonna say, yeah, Ed Reed. If you're younger, you're gonna say obviously the Legion of Boom. If you're older, you're gonna say maybe the Steel Curtain or the Purple People Eaters. All right, those people here. I was a little bit young to watch them and appreciate them, so I can't say. I might say the 4 Horsemen for the Rams. But for me, it was going to be, I'm going to go with the Bears. They seem to be very intimidating. San Francisco did. Oh, yeah. Jim Burt hit Joe Montana. Oh, yeah. That defense was crazy. That pop on Joe Montana had that concussion ringing. Washington with Darryl Green. Eagles with Reggie White. Yeah, I'm going to say. All right, let's look at some schedules here. Schedule going ahead here next week. They're trying to give us Jameis from the Saints to the Vikings. Jameis Winston to the Vikings. I don't know if New Orleans wants to make that trade because Derek Carr, you're going to put, nah. All right, what do we got here? Titans and the Steelers next week. Interesting matchups real quick. Just Titans and Steelers. I'm going to go with the Titans. Let's go with the Titans. Let's go with the Titans. They got some momentum. The Steelers are done if Kenny Pickett can't come back. I got Dolphins and Chiefs. Wow, Dolphins and Chiefs. Sunday night. Wait a minute. Where's that game? In London? That must be a London game. They must be playing in London because it's 6 a.m. Oh, man, Patrick Mahomes going to be done. All right, I got Dolphins. I got Dolphins with the dub over there. Oh, it's in Germany. Okay, we got early morning game. Germany. Thank you for letting me know. So they're going to be in Germany. Okay, I got the Dolphins beating the Chiefs because Patrick Mahomes is going to be sick. What's the over-under? It's kind of early. It's probably going to be a lot of points here. Let's see here. Let's do the spread, NFL spread for next week. Week 9. It's a little early, but right now, over-under. Huh? I'm looking at the wrong thing here. Let's see what we got here. 50 and a half, 51. That should be. Whew. I'm going to say, I'm going to have to take the under. All right. They're going to be in Germany. Patrick Mahomes sick. Might take the under. All right. What do we got here? Falcons and the Vikings. Vikings are done. Falcons are limping in. Vikings don't have a quarterback. So I got Falcons for sure on that one. Let's see what we got here. Bears and Saints. Saints all the way. Bears are done. They've been exposed. Of course, the Raiders had to get exposed by them. But Saints, let's get them some momentum right there. Packers and Rams, who cares? I need the toilet flush. Packers and Rams, nobody cares. I got Rams over Packers. Commanders and Patriots, another who cares bowl. Man, these matchups are terrible. I got Washington, Seattle, and Baltimore. That should be a good game. I got Baltimore. All right, I got Baltimore. Buccaneers versus the Texans. Who cares? Let's go with the Texans on that one. The Buccaneers can't get it together, losing 4 in a row. Cardinals and Browns. Well, everybody knows what's going to happen there. Cleveland, this is a layup. You should not lose this game. Lots of 10 a.m. game starts right there. This should be the Browns over the Cardinals. The Colts and the Panthers. Colts get another win, or Panthers get some momentum. Oh, boy. I'm going Panthers. I'm going Panthers on this one. Raiders and Giants. Oh, Jesus. This pains me to say it. If we lose to the Giants, it's over for the Raiders. The Giants literally don't have a quarterback that can throw it past 2 yards. We should not lose this game. All right, this should be an easy dub for the Raiders, but it's the Raiders. We'll find a way to lose it. Cowboys and Eagles. That should be a good game. This should be a good game. Cowboys and Eagles. I got Eagles because they're in Philadelphia. And I think they play 2 weeks from now. So I got Eagles. Bills and the Bengals. All right. Do we see a visitor by? Yeah. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, Bills and Bengals. Bengals are on a roll. Sunday night game of the week. I think that last time, what's the guy's name that had the heart attack on the field? Wasn't that a Sunday night game or a Monday night game? I got Bengals. Because the Bills will underperform and try to find a way to end with some heroics at the end. That was a Monday night game. Hamlin. He's going to be there. And they're going to talk about it a lot. Monday night, primetime Chargers again. Supposedly Aaron Rodgers versus Justin Herbert. But you're not getting that. You're getting a horrible Jets team. Chargers with the win. They're charging back just like that. Chargers with an easy dub. And I'm thinking that the over and under will not be met over on that one either. Over and under 41. I don't think they'll get it. It's the Jets. You got the Jets? I got the Chargers on this one. Even the Chargers can't mess that up. Hamlin is playing. He's been playing. He might get in the game, for some ceremonial position right there. And I don't know if he's been playing at all. Has he been playing at all? DeMar Hamlin? Yeah, Jets taking that L. Jets need to get it together. All right. They don't have a good quarterback. Yeah, Chargers in the under in here. And now if you lose money, don't blame me. All right, man. Wild week of football. what you thought you knew about the NFL was turned upside down on its head. And I think week 9 is definitely going to be that. More teams trying to figure out where they need to be. And if you don't have a quarterback, you got the Giants don't have a quarterback. You have the Vikings don't have a QB. The Bears don't have a QB. They do, but they don't. The Colts don't have a QB. The Jets don't have a QB. Raiders really can't say they have one either. Neither do the Cardinals. So, yeah. And the Steelers barely have a QB. Hi. All right, NBA. I'm going to do NBA tomorrow. All right, so we're going to do NBA tomorrow. I'm going to try to alternate days now that we got a whole bunch of sports going on. And I'll try to make some short form videos out there. All right, brothers. We out. Peace.